Hey guys.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Cosmic Panel. We are back for another weekly polls video. This is for Wednesday, November 15th. Pretty big week this week, honestly. But I still had trouble picking 5 things that I was most excited for. Let's jump into it. Lucas, what is your first pick?
So my first pick for this week is Fantastic Four number 13. Pretty straightforward. I see a Doom T-Rex. I buy it. I read it. But in all actuality, the story has actually been really fun. It's been an interesting take on exploration of dinosaur related versions of the Marvel characters, very much similar in the same vein as Jurassic League. But seeing Doom, I was going to say MF Doom, Doctor Doom, riding on an alternate version T Rex of himself is wild. It's an idea that I kind of surprised hasn't already been done, but kind of nuts.
I don't know if you'll be able to find the ad campaign for this, but in recent Marvel books, they've been running ads with this cover and just saying, "Tell us you're not going to buy this comic," just with that fucking cover. So, yeah, pretty funny. Yeah, this has been a fun arc. Basically, the FF from our world went to this alternate dinosaur reality, and then the dinosaur FF were transported to our 616 world. So, yeah, been a pretty fun arc, pretty wacky.
Yeah.
But a cool
Anyway,
thing for thing and the FF to get to be able to see their kids, even though it's in dinosaur form. So that was kind of an actual heartfelt moment.
yeah, surprisingly heartfelt. Um, but yeah, no, I'm really excited to see where they're going to go with this because we're actually getting pretty close to, I believe, like a resolution to that overall arc where the New York citizens are going to be coming back soon. They kind of hinted at it that like anytime soon they're going to be coming back, and so I'm excited to see how the dynamic is going to shift for everyone because when they come back, it's not like the FF are going to be immediately forgiven, and some people are going to come back to homes where either opposite homes, like homes that they didn't live in, or um gonna be missing family members basically because
Yeah.
they left. So pretty nuts. What's next for you? Or what's your first pick actually?
My first pick for this week is going to be Ghost Rider number 20. I've kind of been enjoying this arc. Basically, there's a cult of Mephisto that Talia was a part of as a kid. So we've been getting a lot of cool flashbacks featuring Talia and Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange sporting his old costume. So that's been pretty fun. But yeah, I'm curious to find out more about this group. And basically, it looks like Talia was betrayed by the leader of the group. So
Yeah.
this has been a fun
Um
arc.
I've been yeah, really enjoying this arc. I really like how we kind of left on the cliffhanger of the kids are just evil in this little town. Um but yeah, no, it was really interesting um seeing Talia's like background because she'd kind of been this enigmatic figure that like we hadn't gotten much explanation on how she accessed magic, and now we fully understand why she is so. I guess the best way to put it, cursed.
Yeah,
So it's pretty cool though.
yeah, good background for Talia. Um, I'm liking her more every issue. And this issue is also going to feature a backup story with Spirit Rider for some reason.
I was kind of surprised you didn't mention that outright. I was I was kind of waiting for you to say that.
I mean, I don't know why they just be throwing that dollar on. I'll tell you what. I'm always excited to see more of that character. I really enjoy Spirit Rider.
Yeah.
What is next up for you?
Next up for me, I have Danger Street number 11. Um, we're finally getting to to the end, like genuinely getting to the end, which is kind of nuts to say. I, I'm kind of I oh man, I don't know. This feels weird, um, because we've just been basically on this book for so long that it's kind of strange to see it next issue it's going to be done. But I find it very interesting that this issue is about Assassin, or codename Assassin. But didn't he die last time? Or am I thinking? Did he have a different name? The superhero that was on the payroll for the group.
Well, that was Manhunter and Vigilante, wasn't it? No, not Vigilante. No,
No,
it was
his name
Assassin,
is
wasn't it?
Assassin. Yes, it is. It is codename Assassin. That is
So
his full title.
he's gonna make us wait longer, basically, and just give us like a flashback episode. I'm assuming.
I don't think so because we they are saying that this is also going to focus on Lady Cop. So I mean we're really
It can be
really
both.
getting to the climax of the story at this point. Like we have Orion, we have everyone kind of set up, and Darkseid is even starting to enact some background plan. So
But I'm saying it could be both. They could cut
yeah,
between. They could cut between both if they're trying to give more backstory to Assassin.
yeah. My question is like, why if he's already dead?
Yeah,
so so that's really my biggest question in that scenario because last I checked, he got fucking stabbed.
yeah. I don't know.
Man's definitely dead.
Weird.
Yeah, I love that Creeper and one of the Green Team members just went up to the roof and then was like, "Oh," and just saw the bodies.
Yeah.
Pretty nuts. Well, what's next for you?
Next up for me is Dark X-Men #4. This is the penultimate issue of this book as well. I really enjoyed the last issue, showing that, you know, no one is invincible, and they lost some Morlocks while they were trying to save them from this version of Archangel. Um, I'm assuming that Archangel's not done for, even though Gambit kind of blew him up a little bit. Um, but yeah, some cool obscure mutants being featured and not wanting to join the team, even though Madeline was offering them a safe haven. And now it seems like Chasm is back, which is an interesting choice. But I've been enjoying the series so far, so I don't see any reason to doubt them now. So I'm curious to see what this next issue holds.
Yeah, hopefully they can stick the landing. I mean, the idea when you break it down to its bare essentials of Chasm is at least enough to be interesting, but has it been done justice? No. So I mean, if it's done well within the story, then I'm all for it. Next up for me is Outsiders #1. Um, we have Hive Mind, Jackson Lansing, and Colin Kelly taking us along for a ride into DC's multiverse with Batwoman and Luke Fox. Um, but yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting to see what's going to happen with these characters because they're characters that usually don't get a ton of time to shine, especially the outsiders in recent memory have definitely not. So I'm definitely excited, and I trust Hive Mind to really put together a really concrete story. So new series by DC. I'm excited to hop in.
Yeah, you'll have to let me know how this is. I have a lot of confidence in their writing abilities, so I'm curious to see what this book will hold. Next up for me is going to be Immortal Thor #4. This series has been very strong. I loved issue 3. Um, a very Ewing issue, if I do say so myself. Basically, Loki provided Thor with a riddle, and Thor had to put his brain together to figure out a way out. Um, Loki is definitely being the trustworthy enemy that he claimed to be. Um, but yeah, basically, now Thor is going to assemble a team to help him take down Taurenos, and Storm is first on that list.
Yeah. Um, I've really been loving the series. Last issue was phenomenal. Love the hints of Loki not really being on any one specific side, trying to help Thor while also quote unquote being evil. So very interesting. Also, I did love that he reforged his helmet. That was pretty sick.
Yeah, that was very cool, very clever.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's definitely excited. And next issue we get an awesome cover, so I'm very hyped for that. Hopefully we can get posters of that.
Yeah. Shout out the interior arts on this. Martin Kokolo just killing it. Just so nice. Very detailed art, and yeah, perfect personality. I think for a Thor book.
No, definitely agree.
What's next up for you?
Next up for me is Arcade Kings number 5. This is the final issue. We had some really good character development. We had the brothers meet and interact with each other for the first time, and we kind of learned why one of them looks like a grapefruit. It's supposed to be a dragon fruit. But yeah, so Ken, uh, Joe basically was spliced with dragon DNA to improve his fighting skills, and what they wanted to do was eventually to harness that DNA and put it inside um, their adopted father's Victor's body, so that he could regain his ability to fight. He basically trained these two boys so that he could use them so that he could reclaim his glory. Um, but Joe chose to stuck around while Ken decided to leave and start his own arcade. So, um, but yeah, last issue we had Joe basically lose his dragon fruit look, and now Victor is like all buffed up and dragon esque. So definitely don't know how they're gonna fight him, to be honest.
This book that I was supposed to read that I never read. This is the last issue, right? So
Yeah,
I guess I'll just do it in one shot now. So
yeah, it's really good though. It's really good.
yeah.
Anyway, what's next for you?
Next up for me is Uncanny Avengers number 4. Um, I was not expecting the Monet Quicksilver ship, but honestly, I enjoyed it. Um, there's been some funny chemistry moments in some of these Fall of X books, but yeah, I thought it was a really cool display of Quicksilver and Monet's abilities last issue, and this book's been very solid. Cap and Ben Urich now know that Kingpin was the um, sole, human survivor of the gala, and they want to get his firsthand account of what happened. And I think this will be a pretty big deal for the Fall of X plot line because um, he is, protecting the mutants. And with Kingpin, we can almost pretty much guarantee he always has something that he wants to accomplish for himself when he's helping someone else out. So he definitely wants Typhoid Mary back, but he also, is using this leverage, I'm sure, in some way. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they get his account to paper, and if they can publish it, what that can do for the mutants.
Yeah, and plus this cover really kind of I think is setting up the fact that we're going to get the Avengers basically on the run, either at some point or another. Orcus is probably going to flip it, everyone, the public opinion, and then it's going to go all downhill from there. So,
I think
um,
this is just a Days of Future Past homage.
oh, is it? Oh, maybe.
Yeah, kind of.
But yeah, no, I'm definitely excited though to see. I didn't really like that much last issue, to be honest. I liked Cap's speech, and then I liked his time with Ben Urich, but wasn't a huge fan of Monet and Quicksilver. For me, it didn't really do anything.
Okay. But yeah, Cap's speech was very good.
Yes, that was very good, very well written.
But yeah, this is the penultimate issue of this series too. So I'm assuming they're going to wait till the very last issue to reveal um, the identity of Captain Krakoa, but still, each issue brings us a little bit closer. If we're lucky, it'll be the last page of this issue.
Yeah. You got any guesses yet?
Not really. I'd rather just wait to see what
I
happens.
genuinely got nothing. Like I really can't think of anyone, which is kind of strange because usually I'm pretty good at guessing stuff. So, but
Well,
yeah.
originally you had said Zemo,
Oh yes, I did say Zemo.
but I don't know.
Oh yeah, wait. Original Zemo. That's what I said. Instead of Helmet, Helmut, his son. Instead of his
Helmet,
son, I was thinking the
helmet.
father, the original.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, you know what? I stand by that.
Okay.
Let's see. Maybe I'm right. That's a pretty good guess. Past me.
Man was gonna forget his guess. Lucas, what's your final pick for this week?
So my final pick is Geiger Ground Zero #1. I'm so fucking excited to get another Geiger book. I'm so hyped. Geiger was such a fun, great series, and Junkyard Joe was even just as good. Um, but yeah, Geiger now is going to be diving into the unnamed, basically, and it's going to be diving into other characters now. But yeah, there's apparently a mysterious Russian scientist called Dr. Molotov, which is, oh my god, that there's so many puns. But yeah, no, I'm definitely excited to see what's going to happen because where we left off Geiger, he was just kind of walking around aimlessly with these two kids. So um, definitely interested to see what's going to happen.
Very nice. Is this limited or ongoing?
This is going to be a mini series.
Cool.
So very excited to see what's going to happen. Apparently, it's only going to be 2 issues. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, but I mean, they're 32 pages, so it's. I mean, after so long without anything, I'd rather just get anything at all.
Yeah.
Plus, they're kind of teeing. This is kind of teeing up the new. Yeah, so it's teeing up the new Geiger monthly series starting in 2024.
Word.
So it's also going to be explaining his powers finally. So that should be which basically equated to he had cancer and then bomb went off and then cancer somehow negated nuke, so therefore he glow in the dark and burn real bad. That's
Very
a
nice.
gross oversimplification, but basically the gist.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it's pretty sick. Anyway, what's your final pick?
My final pick for this week is the Vigil #6. After a month break, I am very excited to get back into this book. Ram V is really just one of my favorite writers right now, between Rare Flavors, this, Swamp Thing, etc. But this has been a very cool team book, and this is actually the final issue. It looks like all the We Are Legends books are coming to an end at issue 6, which is a shame. But yeah, this book's been very tight, and I'm very excited to see how it's going to conclude.
Yeah, I mean, this entire series has been very, very different from, I feel like, the standard DC team. Definitely way more espionage focused, but it was a much needed change in tone, I guess is the best way to put it. I wouldn't be opposed for them getting an ongoing. Definitely give Ram V as much space as he wants with this little group. Um, but yeah, no, all the We Are Legends were ranged from decent to very good. And it's kind of a shame that they all had to end at 6 issues. But hopefully they get future lives later down the line. Um, but yeah, it seems like a lot of series are ending this week.
Yeah, on both ends, Marvel and DC, a lot of stuff has been ending the past couple weeks. I'm anticipating seeing a lot of Marvel series end so that they can restart at $4.99.
Yeah,
At the new price point. But
shortest Daredevil series ever.
Oh no, Daredevil's already $4.99.
Ah, yes, yes,
So,
you're right.
but Yeah, this is an interesting period for comics right now.
Yeah, and DC's still not increasing their prices. So I mean,
I
DC
mean,
kind of taking kind of getting more bang for your buck, to be honest, right now.
no, yeah, for sure, definitely. They always
Like
have
32 pages for 3.99 is
well, they always have more pages than Marvel. In the standard book, but um, if it's Batman or Superman, they're gonna gouge the price. But if it's anything else, usually they'll keep it fair.
yeah.
So that has been our weekly polls for this week. Please comment below what you guys are excited to read and pull this week. Don't forget to like, subscribe, support your local comic shop, and read comics.
See ya.